Welcome to my abode, friends. So today I'm back in Providence. Now today I want to talk to you guys about a little bit of Dhamma that I unveiled today, meditating on my porch. Now I'm getting better at assimilating my insights so that I can share them with you guys, because I really didn't used to do that. But now we're doing that. So here's something. People don't really know, when it comes to meditation, people don't really know what they're doing or why they're doing it. Rather, now everyone knows the premise of meditation. Everyone's like, oh yeah, it's about, you just sit there, you clear your mind, and you want to focus, right? You want to bring about a feeling of joy and peace. See, the problem is when you, that's fine. If you can get by with that, if you can make that work for you, then that's good. Excellent, right? But that doesn't work for everybody. People like myself, I'm sure tons of people out there, have rampant minds. Ones that want to go do stuff. Minds that want to think about things. Minds that are perhaps agitated by some bodily blight. To use some alliteration. A bodily blight. Some discomfort in the body. So, we need to know for sure, what is the method of meditation? What are all the underlying principles? What are the surrounding theology or philosophy of why we're doing it? What are we working towards? So, a very important thing about meditation people don't know is that we want to use the Buddha's formula called satipatthana. That means the establishing of mindfulness or the frames of reference. Pardon. Now there's 4 of them. Body, feelings, mind, and I will stay in the bathroom. Mind and dhamma, or mental qualities, you could say. Phenomena or mental qualities. And all of these have explanations to them. Now for me, the one I've been using recently is not only anapanasati, which is breath meditation, mindfulness of in and out breathing, but also the frame of reference of, I would say, the 6th sense media, the 4th one, the Dhamma. Right, the 6th sense media that's included within that 4th category. There's tons of options to choose from. Now the 6th sense media, that's the 5 senses of the body, right? It's also the 6th sense of mind, of intellect. And it receives, well, all 6 of them receive pleasure, pain, and also neutral feeling. So those are the types of feelings you're going to encounter, but also obviously within the mind, that manifests as emotion. So it's sensations and emotion. Now what you're doing, and what I do actually, you can combine the 2, breath meditation and the 4 frames of reference. This is found in the Anapanasati Sutta. The Buddha kind of explains how it all becomes holographic, specifically with regard to mindfulness of breath. All right, so with the 4th frame of reference, what you want to do, you sit on that porch, you sit in that chair, wherever your favorite place is, inspiring place, and you become aware of the in and out breathing. Then you become aware of the feeling in the body, as well as the feeling surrounding you. All right, what's the feeling surrounding you? It's sounds and sights. Now in Zen meditation, they keep their eyes partly open because it helps with remaining alert, primarily. It also does help with meditation to have things going on, sensory events. For me, I have a quick mind. It likes things going on. So it actually helps sometimes. Now, let's post up here. So attend to the in and out breathing, attend to the sensations of the body and externally. Pleasure, pain, or neutral. Now the thing is, there's going to be obstacles that come up, right? There's going to be pains in the body. There's going to be external perceptions that trigger reactions within you, the samskaras. All right, now that's a whole different story. Let's stick to the important things you need to know about meditation first. We'll get to the distractions. First, you have to establish the method before handling the distractions. Otherwise, you're just flailing around in a kiddie pool, right? Now, the Satipatthana Sutta. So to have the right meditation method, you need to know what the goal is. What is the goal? The goal is nirvana, unbinding. It's the deathless dimension, the unfabricated element. What does that amount to? It's the cessation of feeling and perception. The mind disengages with the realm of time and space for the first time in your incarnation, for the first time in the millions of incarnations you've had since your soul was generated, since your soul departed from the pool of God, the ocean of God, your true nature. So what is that? That is the cessation of individual identification. You no longer believe that you're a separate, limited identity that's attached to a body with its story. Check out my shirt, Super Saiyan, a body and a story. You also realize that everything is the Brahman. All is self. Self-nature is everything. It's all light, right? The universe doesn't recognize your stories. It doesn't recognize your memories of that pool party from age 12. To the universe, everything is light. The distinctions are human, right? So in our meditation, in the Satipatthana frame of reference, what we're doing is actualizing that. We're building towards that. We're focusing on a frame. We're choosing a frame. And then with regard to that frame, we're releasing greed and distress with reference to the world. And what that means is attraction, craving, like, ooh, I want to get that. Or, ooh, I don't want to get that. Let's get away from that. This is painful. This is harmful. This memory, this thought, this feeling in the body, any of those can be perceived as painful. And obviously when it comes to thoughts and memories, the pain is yours. It's not in the memory or the thought. You generate the painful reaction. It's a little bit of a different story with pain in the body, but that's perhaps a different subject. Because it is possible. If the end of dukkha, stress and suffering, is possible, then obviously it doesn't have to do with any kind of worldly pain in the body. That's the whole point of seeking nirvana, is that you become free from all of it. Even pain won't bother a mind that is released. You'll just smile at it. You're like, yeah, I don't want that there, but like, it really doesn't matter to me. It's like a leaf on the surface of a lake. The lake really doesn't mind. The leaf is there. Now, in and out breath, releasing greed and distress with reference to the world. You can only have greed and distress if you're perceiving in terms of concepts rather than actuality. Actuality is everything has no distinction. There is no self, there is no other. There are no concepts attached with sticky notes to everything. That's you. You're doing that. You had to learn what everything means, right? Which means it's not inherent to those objects. If you're learning a rose, whereas previously you just perceived it emptily, then clearly your perceptions are constructed. They're fabricated. They're not inherent to reality. That's your clue that all of this is correct. That the truth of Nibbana is real, the deathless. So the meditation, we're actualizing that. So focus on the in and out breathing. Focus on the sensations. Now, where's the glue? Why do we want to do meditation? Where's the glue in all this? Keeping our minds caring about it. Number one, people don't know this. You want to start off with a sense of joy. Yes, that's right. Everyone's like, meditation, I gotta go get the joy. It's at the end of doing it right. I can't meditate, this sucks. My mind is crazy. There's laundry on the floor, I gotta pick that up. I gotta feed my cat. Why would I meditate? You want to start off with joy. Renunciation, joy. See, the thing is, you want to reverse engineer the situation of the monks. Meditation was taught by the Buddha to monks. First and foremost, renunciates, sannyasins, bhikkhus, right? So we need to pattern the missing context in that formula. Same with yogis. There's missing context here that lay people need to know. Well, depending on what your goals are as a lay person, that is. Now, so what do monks have? Or what do they don't have? So they've renounced everything. They've renounced physically their entire past life. Rather, their life that they had is in the past. When you give all of that up in a day, already you're 100% happier. So, my injunction to you to establish joy when you sit down for meditation, renunciation joy, is to imagine that you're a monk sitting in the woods. You're part of the Buddha's Sangha back in 500 BC. You have this amazing enlightened teacher. He can perceive your mind. He can help you out. He's going to make sure you get nibbana. So you're sitting under a tree in a local woods, and you've given up past. You've given up your past, you've given up your family, you've given up house duties, paying the bills, 9-to-5 job, gone. Wow, immediately happy, right? You've given up all duties and cares. You're just happily sitting in that woods, released from all of that. That is how you want to imagine yourself sitting in your meditation chair. Then you begin mindfulness of anapanasati and satipatthana, one of the frames of reference. All right, so joy, mindfulness. Mindfulness of that frame without distinction. That is how I label it. So breathe in and out, removing distinction from whatever your chosen frame is, which means removing the labels, removing the sticky notes. Not forcefully, just sensitive to the removal of it. Over time, it's going to build up into samadhi, concentration, a state of absorption, unification of awareness, and joy, internally produced joy. All right, so that's the key. Infuse joy into it. The joyfully way-seeking mind. That's what Zen Master Dogen says is the most important part of Zen practice. You need that. The Buddha's Sangha had that. You know why they had it? Not just because they're renunciates, because they believed in their teacher so much that it was easy for them to attain awakening because of not only his power as a teacher, but he was most clearly in possession of the goal. He could manifest all these supernormal powers. He could read your mind. He could read your past. Just like Jesus. Just an all-powerful teacher that you couldn't help but surrender 100% of your faith into it. And that makes the path easy. 100% faith and conviction. The joyful surrender, bhakti, that makes the path easy if you have someone like that. But we don't. A lot of us don't. Unless we live in India and have a Neem Karoli Baba just lying around for us, right? Like Ram Dass. Now, that makes the path easy. The glue, yes. So remove distinction. Sensitive to removing distinction. Just sit there. You'll love it, first of all. Now, yeah, you want to be alert to thoughts, feelings, and that come up, right? You're probably going to lose awareness for a little bit, and like maybe you're like thinking about this or that or the other thing, particularly if your body's agitated and your mind doesn't want to be in it. So when that happens, just perceive it. Be like, oh, okay, I see that, and then immediately remove the referent from it. Immediately perceive that event as empty. What is it empty of? You. The thoughts and memories, those have no meaning. They only have glue, stickiness, because you're referring them back to an imagined sense of identity. You're mashing two potatoes together. All right, really, there's only one potato. There's only a problem, there's only a mess when you smash two of them together. And that's why thoughts and memories are distracting in meditation. you're always smashing it into the sense or notion of identity that you meet it with. Don't do that. Rather, notice when your mind is distracted by thoughts and feelings and memories, and immediately meet it with equanimity and removal of identity. Make it empty. Jiu-jitsu that. That's what that is. Okay? Now we can talk about distractions left and right, but the key thing here is we want to generate samadhi, concentration, through mindfulness. Concentration isn't something you want to force. It's a result. It's an effect. It's a state that you achieve through living mindfulness, meaning you keep the mind alive. It's constantly on guard. It's constantly watching. It feels like it's accomplishing something. That's why I phrased this as mindfulness of the in and out breathing, sensitive to the removal of distinctions. If you figure out how to do that correctly, then your mind is going to feel like it's accomplishing something the whole time you're sitting there. Okay, your mind is going to be living. The mindfulness will be living. And eventually, if you have persistence and you're resolute, then unification of awareness and joy will occur. And this will be the state of absorption of a samadhi. And this is the thing that you want to practice entering and remaining so as to eventually arrive at nibbana, at release. You can only achieve release if you have a solid foundation of samadhi as a basis. You cannot have a mind that is plagued and distracted by worldly identifications and pursuits. You need a stable foundation of joy before you can achieve the insight that releases the mind completely. Why? Because you need that. Why? Because you need that basis to give the mind permission to release the world completely. If you don't have that joy of satisfaction, that satisfaction of joy rather, the mind is going to want to be reaching out for things. It's going to want to keep grabbing for things. It's going to say, no, we're not done here. I need to find satisfaction. Let's go on a search. You can keep me in this meditation seat, but I'm going to be subconsciously agitated the whole time, waiting to flow out to things and search for things. So that's why you want to generate samadhi using mindfulness. All right, what else is it doing? It's on guard for the non-arising of unskillful mental qualities. So those two things, imbue your focus with those two things. Let's say three. Joy of renunciation, the removal of distinction of all phenomena, including self. And 3, on guard for preventing the arising of unskillful mental states. Anger, lust, whatever's taking you away from samadhi, or whatever leads to unskillful physical actions or words in the world. Anything that disturbs the goal of unification. All right, so that's my discourse on meditation for the day. We talked about anapanasati, mindfulness of in and out breathing. Highly recommended by the Buddha. Highly recommended. The satipatthana, the 4 frames of reference, particularly the 6 sense media, the 5 senses of the body and the 6th sense of the mind. And we talked about how joy is an integral ingredient to actually wanting to do meditation as well as mindfulness. You're not tranquilizing your mind. You're not cramming it into focus. You're keeping it alive and focused until concentration arises on its own. All right, Dhamma-talk of the day. Have a great day, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching me walk back and forth through my kitchen for 20 minutes. All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you want to learn more about the path to awakening from me. Peace out.